What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again. And this is where we at here. So we have something from the Anton Daniels channel. Shout out to him. Yes, he's going to be bringing to light with this young lady's situation right here, where she is 35,000 in debt for food stamps, SNAP, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Now, see, this is crazy here. And this is the reason why the system is starting to rearrange itself. You know, the system is seeing that it's been a lot of young ladies out here that have been taking advantage of the system in quite the wrong ways. Now, you know, this is just where we at. So we're going to go here now, and we're going to check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Baby, when people be like, girl, how you get food stamps? I wish I get food stamps. You better start lying. That lady called me and said, ma'am, I said, yes, ma'am. She gonna say, what's your address? I said, ma'am, I don't have no address. I've been homeless for 3, 4, 5 months. I have nothing. My family won't let me stay with them, ma'am. I'm starving. While I'm kicked back in a 3-bedroom and everything, living lovely. Then she gonna say, ma'am, what's your job title? I say, ma'am, they won't hire me anywhere. I don't have no job. I've been putting application after application. It's just like nothing work. Yeah, that lady was on the phone. She said, ma'am, I'm so sorry for all of this that you're going through. She said, we just shipped your card out. You should have about $1,000 on your card from last month and this month, and your balance and your payment every month is gonna be $300. I was like, thank you so much, ma'am. Like, you just don't understand how hungry I've been. Let me tell y'all something. This was wrong with y'all. I know y'all mama ain't tell y'all. You don't gotta tell everybody the motherfucking truth.
So, okay, before Anton gets started, because he's about to light this thing up. I went into it just enough. This is the issue right here. You know, she's talking about where your mama didn't teach you this and your mama didn't teach you that. So, you know, y'all, these women out here teaching each other how to get over on the system and stuff like that. And then on the back end, now that shit is hitting the fan, now they want to cry and whine and stuff like that. Oh, well, I'm homeless and this and that. Man, okay. That's the whole scenario that the system is seeing what y'all been doing. And now it's coming to an end. Let's let Anton cook.
This is one of the reasons why Trump is cracking down on social services, because there's so much rampant fraud. Right. And now that we have social media, people are willing to tell on themselves, which the fraud is rampant regardless of whether it's people tell on themselves. But I think that it make it easier for people to find you. I think that we should have our social services and the people actually go through to figure out whether or not people are telling on themselves on social media. Similarly to how I would do it if I was hiring somebody, or how I hire people, I would always go and find a social media to see what they were really about, so you can understand what's really happening and what's on their mind. But I don't even know if men can get away with this. Could men get away with this? Can they lie like that? This is another reason why I don't.
No, I doubt that men be able to do that, because they are always going to try to check a man's background, regardless. The system, period, jobs, whatever, it does go out the way to make sure that they check your background, stuff like, depending on what type of, job or career field that you're in and things like that. You know, it does depend. You know, if you're working for McDonald's or some shit like that, yeah, they're not worried about whether or not you went to jail for some marijuana. They're just not. But, you know, it just is what it is at this point here. And this is the thing that we're talking about. He's definitely right about the fraud situation that's going on here. And, you know, you think Doge is not sitting around here, not checking out the fraud and stuff like that. At the beginning of the year, we saw what was going on, definitely with Doge. That's the reason why everybody was losing their minds. Doge is checking into this. We had politicians going crazy and stuff like that, which they still are. You know, they're checking on the money. They're getting access to our private information. Yeah, they're getting access to y'all private information. We broke out here.
And what the French coast is there to think about?
Compared to y'all, compared to, Jasmine Crockett and all these politicians, Bernie and all that, we're broke out here compared to y'all. Yeah, they're figuring out where y'all money coming from. You know, they know where our money coming from.
I don't believe all women by default. They keep trying to sell us on this narrative that we just need to believe people because they them. But people lie. People lie. And this is so bad because this is everybody's money. This is your money. This is my money. This is taxpayers' money. I also heard that this woman went down, or not even went down, that she owes over $35,000 after this video, which I'll deep dive into that in a minute. But just the whole idea that people could use people or take advantage of other people and taxpayers and not go out and really just fend for themselves or take care of their own business or be on top of things, I think that is disrespectful. And it also takes away from the people that actually need it, because everybody is going to be scrutinized. You can't just have an honor system anymore. You can't just assume that people just need it. You got to go through the vetting process, and this is one of the reasons why you got to jump through hoops. I've also seen videos of people getting mad that they have to jump through hoops in order to meet certain criteria and expectations, not just from social services, but also like homes and all of that stuff. In certain cities, they have a land bank where they allow for you to be able to purchase homes for basically next to nothing, with the agreement that you're going to live in it, that you're going to fix it up, that you're going to, you know what I'm saying, meet certain expectations for a period of time. And there's so many people that's finessing, and then they'll come on here and make a video and say, man, I don't understand why it's so hard. Why are they doing this? Why are they making me jump through these hoops? Because people, it's a reason why these rules exist. Because people before you took advantage of the system, they finessed, they might have even came up as a result of it, or they made whatever it was that was meant for good to be worse. People should.
Right. I definitely agree with what Anton just said. And we know these are facts out here. Sometimes, and some people do take things too far. They will, abuse a situation. And then when the next people come along that truly need it, that truly want that opportunity, that truly want to invest themselves and make themselves better, and by, and use that opportunity that's presented to them, they got to jump through so many hoops and do so many acrobatic, flips and all this other type of stuff to get the same thing and the same results that these people walked in the door and just got pretty much for pennies on the dollar.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It does go back to the one bad apple spoils it for a bunch scenario that we've had in society. And I know we've gotten rid of a lot of these old sayings and things like that, but these old quote unquote sayings actually meant something. That's the reason why these ideologies were created. One bad apple spoils a whole bunch. You can't, it's true. It is true.
Should not be on social services for the rest of their lives. People should not be on social services for the rest of their lives. I just don't even understand how you can give people food stamps or you can give people these cards without vetting them more effectively. Everybody should have to qualify, and you should only get it for a certain amount of time. You don't even get unemployment for as long as you can get housing and food stamps, and we pay into unemployment.
True that. They do take unemployment out of everybody's check. If you work and if you're a hardworking American citizen and you pay taxes in this country and you pay your state tax, whatever, you know what I'm saying, all that, they're taking unemployment out of your check. And you think about it, you sit there, you work 10, 15, 20 years, they've been taking unemployment out your check, and then you get down on hard times, and then, unemployment want to give you a couple of $100 or, some crap like that,
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's like I've been paying into unemployment for 20 years. What do you mean I'm only getting $300, $400? What do you? I've been paying this for 20 years. That's 20 years of, well, if that's the case, then I could have been saving that money for 20 years. It would have equaled up to way more than what unemployment would give you. But, that's neither here nor there. Let's keep going.
Which I believe that it should be unemployment insurance. It's basically it's a safety net. It's not something that's supposed to sustain you. It's something that's supposed to help you bridge the gap into your next venture so that you're not just completely assed out and out of luck as a result of it. But like I said, I heard that this woman, she came online, still telling her business, saying that she lied to the food stamp people, and now she over $35,000. Check it out.
So y'all remember that time that I got on TikTok telling y'all about the food stamps? Do y'all remember that time I got on here and told y'all about the food stamps? Why the fuck did they turn my food stamps off? And I gotta pay back.
Why did she curse so much?
$35,000. They turned my food stamp off, and I gotta pay back $35,000. Now I'm fucking aggravated because how y'all didn't know I was playing on here? Y'all just running with shit. But them motherfuckers really turned my...
No, you wasn't playing. She was not playing out here. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. Chay. That's my little Chinese. But anyway, though, no, she wasn't playing. Cut the crap out here. She was dead serious about what these young ladies' mothers need to teach them about how to get over on the system. And she was dead serious about what she told them people about how she was actually homeless. Y'all saw the fake crying. You saw, man, we have to stop being fools out here for these ignorant people and their buffoonery ass games.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
This is crazy out here. And she now want to come back, talking out the side of her neck still, talk about, I was just playing. See, that's y'all problem in life out here. Life not a game. Stop playing so fucking much. Stop playing.
You dish-eyed fool.
You play too much. And then you want to sit around here and think life is a game. So when stuff like that catch back up with you, because you put it out on the internet, somebody probably saw that worked for the system or whatever happened, you know, and it got you hemmed up. Stop playing so much. Definitely, y'all women, stop playing so much. Well, matter of fact, no, keep playing out here. Find out how this finna go.
Goddamn food stamps off, and I have to pay them back $35,000. I don't know where the hell I'm gonna get $35,000 from.
Oh, I know where you can get $35,000 from. I know how you can get $35,000, but we're not gonna go there though.
But I have to pay them back. So y'all, watch what y'all put on the internet, because everything is not for the internet. And I learned that. Now I'm sitting here stuck, hungry as fuck, no food. And I don't got no fucking $35,000, so I don't know where they think I'm about to get that from.
So
now, before Anton keep cooking, I want to add this in. So she ain't got no dinner date dude that she can call. No, you know, because most women do now, especially in today, so that she ain't got nobody she can, you know what I'm saying, you know, she say she hungry. I guarantee you some dude somewhere will be willing to get her a little food. Let's not be fools out here. Let's let Anton cook. Real talk.
So that means that she's been on food stamps and social services for a long time. That's right. Number one. Number two, now you saying that you playing. Now you want to act like, oh, you know what? I was just messing around. I really did need the food stamps. Mm-hmm. I wasn't living in a 3-bedroom crib. I think that it's good. They need to start holding these people accountable and making sure that they're not finessing the system. I'm 100% for it. I'm all for holding people accountable and preventing people from taking advantage of the system, again, because this just throws us further in debt and it destroys the fabric of America. There's people that feel like they can come over here and that they get a sense of entitlement because this is not new. This is not something that's hidden. There's a lot of people that's doing this. There's a lot of people that's taking advantage of it. She's just the one that was dumb enough to say it out loud. You see what I'm saying? She was the one that was dumb enough to finesse herself out of her position, which, again, I'm thankful for. I believe in self-snitching. I believe in people telling on themselves, and then it gives the government more ammunition to be able to find them. The government should have an internet task force that when they get tips, that they can go over to people's social media and see if they self-snitch and then go from there. I disagree with her. She said everything ain't for the internet. Everything is for the internet. Keep talking. I'm very thankful. The internet has taught us how to find and what is the finesses that's really going on. I remember when people was doing like the chase it was like a chase glitch. Y'all remember the chase glitch where people was basically like acting like they were depositing money through a check because you could basically like, it was kind of based off of the honor system. And then they fucked that up. And now you can't do that at all. And people now have to go back to the traditional ways. Rules were made for people that break them. Rules were made for people that take advantage of the system. Rules were made for people that are finessing. And I'm very, very thankful that these people are getting caught. Let me know what y'all think.
Right. Shout out to Anton.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk. This is where we at right here. No bull, man. You know, he definitely hit the nail on the head with this situation and things like that. I'm glad that these people are talking out here because, yes, the powers that be are paying attention to the internet, just like these corporations pay attention to these people's internet pages, stuff like that. They also fire people due to their internet pages and things like that. I think Anton did a segment on one gentleman. He was working for, I think it was Volvo or something like that. And he made a video about the father that went out and deleted the innocent officer because his son went out on a rampage and was stealing cars or doing something crazy and stuff like that. But yeah, though. And he went out and you know, his son got deleted by police and stuff like that. But it just is what it is, man. It is what it is. We cannot keep allowing these individuals to play with our tax dollars and stuff like that. Because, you know what I'm saying, us hardworking people out here, we can't play with our tax dollars. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. What's fair is fair. You know, I don't care nothing about it. If I gotta get out, work hard every day, you need to too. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care what you think about it. You know what I'm saying? How you think, well, you know, you owed this and that. I don't care what you think you owe. You know, in my eyes, you ain't owe nothing except for an opportunity to do better for yourself.
So what the French toast is there to think
That's
about?
it. That's it. Yeah, man. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And that, my friends,
that, my friends, is the bottom line.
Like I always say, that, my friends, is the bottom line.